Today I have another Nintendo 64 that I'll be attempting to fix today. Like I mentioned, I had 6 other ones or 5 other ones, I don't remember. And I'll be trying to fix this one today. This one is doesn't have any sound. I've already went ahead and tested all the other functionality. Everything else seems to be working except the sound. So here it's actually playing right now, but you can't hear it and the volume is up. Although we will find out to see if there's something wrong. My guess is that there might be like some capacitor that might be broken, but we won't know until we actually dive in there and see exactly what's going on. So we're gonna go ahead and do that just now. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just go ahead and open this up. I'm just gonna fast forward it. All right, so now we got the board opened up and we can go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with it. So I'm just gonna move this to the side real quick and get rid of this shielding on the bottom as well. I'm just gonna take a look at these capacitors, since in the past I've known that when there is no sound, it can be something wrong with those capacitors that may have been just blown out. But from here, everything seems to be okay. There seems to be like this weird black liquid. Not too sure what that is. I'll clean it up in a little bit. So yeah, everything looks pretty decent. I still don't know what that liquid is. It's getting on my gloves. You can see it's right here on this edge. It's like oil, or I don't know what they put on here. WD-40. Some junk. All right, so one of the first things I want to do is just test that these capacitors are actually functioning, that there's nothing wrong with them. I'll go ahead and get my multimeter, so I'm just getting it on the side here. And we can go ahead and start testing them, see if there's a break in any of these. I'm gonna be checking for continuity and see if everything's good here. All right. So that's working. It's looking good. Okay, let's see if there is anything under here that is dirty. These are pretty good steps. Just pulls out, and you can actually see here it's extremely dirty. We'll go ahead and just clean that out. It might fix it. I'm not too sure, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and give it a nice clean. So I'm just gonna use some 99%, sorry, isopropyl alcohol. So I'm just gonna give it a nice clean here. Oh, it's really on there this time. Don't know what that is. It looks like flux of some sort, but can't be too sure what that is. Let's see if this is also dirty. Looks pretty clean. I'll give it a clean anyway in a little bit, but I'll see if this fixes it first. All right. So this actually really doesn't look dirty. It looks really clean. I'll go ahead and just connect it and see if this actually fixes it. It may. Let's put this on here. Let's connect everything. Shouldn't take too long to actually test. So let's just go ahead and do that real quick. Also, one of the things is when you install the jumper pack, sometimes if you put it backwards, you'll short your power supply, and that's not good. So I actually need to install a controller here set up. Nope, still no sound. I can hear it just crackling. So that didn't fix it. So okay, let's get rid of everything again. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna actually end up doing is trying to reflow this little chip there. Let me see if you can see it. It's this one right here. I'm just gonna reflow the contacts. This, I believe, is just a little amplifier. I'm gonna go ahead and see if that maybe fixes it. I don't know if I got any cold joints here. Doesn't hurt. Connect it. It looks like I got a little bit more sound. Still don't have anything. All right, so I was pressing some of these contacts to see what may be the issue. And I did notice that this little guy right here. And so I have the system on right now. I'm touching it with gloves. Make sure don't touch it with your bare hands. But if I press it, let's see. I get some feedback on it. Right there, you can even hear it. Oh, there we go. So you can hear it. So it looks like I'm just gonna go ahead and try to reflow this particular chip. Because if I move it around some more, see, it starts messing it up. I'm just putting a little bit of pressure. So let's go ahead and just reflow that real quick and see if that fixes our issue. All right, let's get everything set up one more time. Let's see if this actually fixed it. So it's pretty cool that we were able to identify that. Just an odd one. I've never seen this particular chip be the culprit. But I mean, not sure really what that chip is in charge of. It's just an observation, just kind of poking around. So let's go ahead and connect everything. See if this fixes it. Oh, so we are getting sound. You can hear it. Oh. So I guess maybe the next thing would be to actually replace this chip and see if that fixes it. I mean, I don't know if it's faulty or what's going on with that one. But I do now know that there's something wrong with this particular piece of the board. It only seems to be working when I apply a little bit of pressure. Sometimes when I move it around, it tends to work. I don't know what's causing this. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get rid of it and see if we can go ahead and fix it. So let me go ahead and get my heat gun and get started on that. All right, so I went ahead and removed the chip. I don't know what this is really. I mean, it's just this IC that was here. This was the one from the other board now that I got. And when we're putting them, make sure that there's always this little circle here. I don't know, you can see it, that indicates where pin 1 is, and pin 1 is located on the board. You can see the 1 up there. So whenever we're going to orient it and set it up, we're going to go ahead and put it this way. So I'm going to turn on my solder gun, sorry, just my solder, and go ahead and start putting this back. So let's go ahead and do that and see if this fixes it. If it doesn't, I mean, we're gonna have to see if any of the components that are connected next to it are what's causing the issue. I suspect that it might have just been a bad chip. It could have been something else. I mean, but we're gonna find out once we install this one and see if we continue to get that issue. And if we don't, then we know that that chip was bad. All right, now that we got everything cleaned up, let's go ahead and reconnect it and see if this actually fixes it one more time. I'm hoping it does. I mean, we've already kind of messed with this board quite a bit. starting to run out of ideas, but I'm hopeful that this one will work. As we saw that there was issues with that particular chip, or area at least. It looked like a chip. I can't confirm that it was a chip. I have to connect the Nintendo. Alright, there we go. I think that may have fixed it. You can see here it's starting to work, and if I move it, it's not causing that issue. I'm here, I'm pressing and doing all this sorts of stuff. It looks like that chip may have been bad. Let me lower it a little bit. Alright guys, well, I mean, I think that concludes this video. I mean, this one definitely took a little bit longer. I'm messing with it here, I'm pressing it and nothing's going on. So we did remove that chip from an existing board, and you can see here that on this bad board, I even marked it as bad board, we removed that chip and replaced it. I don't know what that chip does, like I said, but it seems to have fixed the problem. So looks like everything is working well. If you guys definitely like this, please make sure to drop a like and leave a comment. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I do have a couple more Nintendo 64s that I am planning to work on, and a couple of handhelds, as well as some GameCubes, and I will be working on some of these things. So like I said, please make sure to just leave a comment below, and I hope to see you guys next time. See y'all.